SL3 men's gold medal matchup coming. Kumar NITESH, the #1 seed from India, making his way onto court #1. Always looked from the outset this was likely to be the final, because there's his opponent, Dan Bethell of Great Britain, who's looked utterly dominant so far in all his matches. This, though, the biggest one of all for the 28-year-old.
All the best. All the best. So let us toss first. White or pink? White? Pink for you, okay? Pink. You take this side. So service or receive? You serve.
So NITESH wins the toss, chooses end, and this could be a fascinating clash of these two. 29-year-old Indian, seeded one, as I said, up against the #2 seed, Dan Bethell, who's just a year younger. And there you see the record of the Indians so far in this tournament. Just dropped the one game against Manoj Sarko, his fellow countryman. But other than that, a near-perfect record. But on the other side of the net, a man with a perfect record. The left-handed Daniel Bethell hasn't been seriously tested all week. I'll show you his results in a minute, and you'll see what I mean. Question is, Bobby, can he be seriously tested today by the Indian?
Not really, Trevor.
Sit on the fence, why don't you?
I mean, the head-to-head record speaks to for itself between these two. 9 meetings, all of them to Bethell. Only twice have they gone to 3 games. If both players play at their best, Bethell wins this comfortably. That's the honest truth. And I just hope that Bethell does do himself proud. I hope NITESH puts up a good fight. And you know, it's hard for me, and our job is not to be biased. NITESH has got some tremendous racket skills. Physically, though, Bethell is too far ahead.
NITESH has a couple of World Championship silver medals, also a gold from the Asian Para Games. His hero, he says, is Virat Kohli, the wonderful Indian cricketer who formerly captained the national side. I think most people in India have Virat Kohli as sporting hero. Dan Bethell's a big rugby fan, isn't he? He's a Bath rugby fan in the West Country in England.
Yeah, he is a season ticket holder with his father Keith, his brother Matt. They're both in the fan zone behind his court watching, and his mum Julie. So quick shout out for them. Oh, and his fiance, I should mention Georgia.
Simon Oh from Hong Kong is the umpire. Stefan Vene is the service judge. Bethell trying to go one better than the silver he won in Tokyo 3 years ago.
I don't care what situation we're in, Danny, we cope with it, yeah? Come on. Back yourself in. Come on, Danny boy.
No one has been able to even vaguely give Bethell a problem so far.
Ladies and gentlemen.
This, though, the biggest match of his life.
On my right, Daniel Bethell, Great Britain. And on my left, Kumar NITESH, India. Daniel Bethell to serve. Love all, play.
If you're new to SL3, we play half court. Doubles lines are in, except for the serve. And one thing about playing against Bethell, Bobby, you have to stay patient. It really is a virtue because he just doesn't make mistakes.
Yeah, and that's one of his traits for sure. He's got a master's in law, and he's one of the most consistent even-tempered, patient people off the court, and possibly even more so on it.
Oh, that's a little statement of intent from Kumar NITESH. Super drop shot from the Indian.
Some of the best racket skills in the game, NITESH. It won't be the scoreline. I would forecast might look one-sided towards the end, but the rallies won't, if that makes any sense. The rallies will be long and hard fought. And we've seen a couple of times when they have met and there has gone to 3 matches that can go on for over an hour and a half.
Another good drop shot from NITESH.
Good net shot.
Come with a plan, hasn't he?
Danny, tactically, just be careful, don't let him in close on the net. Yeah, he's put on that backhand side. If you're there first, take it. If you're not, give it away.
These top players in SL3 men's singles know each other so well. We're missing Pramod Bhagat this year. Controversial appeal for his missing drugs tests, the Paralympic champion from Tokyo, and the only man that's really threatened Bethel in the last few years. Pramod took the World Championship title from Bethel in February, and that final in Tokyo. Otherwise, Dan has been on top of both him and Manoj Sarkar, you mentioned in the lead-up, who took a bronze in Tokyo. Those 3 players are the only ones that have really troubled Bethel.
And he's on the board, the number 2 seed.
1-2. Quick one.
Danny, just be careful of that one for now. Yeah, because he's staying quite high up, so when you play it, he's on that net early. Other than that, mate, it's up. Hey!
2-0.
That is better than that. Yeah.
Nobody giving anything away right now. Good shot. Good defense from NITESH as well. That was in a difficult spot.
Yeah, it cramped him up, didn't it? But he did well, and he's forced the error too.
That reverse slice at the moment, I know it's only been a few points in, but it's really hurting Bethel.
Come on.
Good enough reply to the net shot, but he can't back it up, NITESH.
Danny, it's just going to be a
Service over.
That's all.
3-all.
Start of the game is always going to be a bit scrappy, mate, but I feel like you've settled better, Danny.
GB coaching staff talking about settling into the match.
Uncharacteristic error there.
4-3.
Your margin with your whip was good.
Service over.
That net shot was so tight. Just sat still on the net and fell back.
So from 2-love down, Bethel has kind of ground his way back to level terms here.
Oh, that's clever.
Somehow.
What a pickup.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it? That's the most creative we've seen from Bethel so far in this final.
Yeah, he played that tight net and looked for the reply at the front. But the backhand from NITESH was beautiful. It's just a shame Bethel is wise to it and was pushing forwards. That's a couple of errors from Bethel overhead into the net.
5-all.
Out the back though,
Service
from
over.
NITESH.
6-5.
NITESH's defence so far today, other than that shot, has been brilliant.
7-5.
Well, I think the biggest compliment you can pay him is that you mentioned at the start he's at a physical disadvantage to Bethel. He hasn't been that way so far, has it? He hasn't been disadvantaged physically.
No, and that's testament to his shot making, his choice of shots, those selections he's making, doesn't give Bethel the opportunity to really press and attack. Yes, Bethel's had the odd net shot, but every time Bethel hits down at him, NITESH plays just the right pace and the right trajectory, that Bethel can't really get back on top of the rally. He's got nowhere to go.
Always conscious, Bobby, that there are people tuning in for the Paralympics that don't watch these kind of sports any other time. And Badminton, I think a lot of people will be saying, well, clearly NITESH has a prosthetic, Dan Bethel doesn't, and yet they're in the same category. How does that kind of work?
Well, new players are classified at international events. It is a debatable subject. I won't go into too much detail, really, but there's a mix of different disabilities across different events. And you're assessed medically and watched on court at the start of your sort of career. And if you're young, that's reviewed until you're of an adult age and your body's sort of fixed in its sort of self. Dan Dan has cerebral palsy, which he's had from birth. NITESH, an above-knee amputee, and that puts them in this SL3 class. Below-knee amputees are in a different class, and depending on your level of cerebral palsy, you might be put into the SL4 class as well. So there are experts and medical classifiers around the world that do that job. And I suppose you can see it across all the different sport classes in para badminton. You can be at the top of the class physically, and there are others that physically aren't there, but then the badminton comes in and it's a very creative game that levels that out.
Meanwhile, Bethel has eked out a little bit of daylight on that scoreboard.
Service over. 7-9.
Again, good defence from NITESH, because that's exactly where Bethel wants to smash at him, and he's just feeding it back.
Wide.
8-9.
You can understand him going for the winner, trying to hit the line, because he's getting frustrated that his attack so far hasn't given him anything, not even a follow-up shot. Has to stay patient. Danny covering that drop shot. He's looking for it now. Just edging forwards when he clears overhead. NITESH has been super patient so far in this match. See, there you go. Bethel on the attack, gets that shot. NITESH gets it back. It's just rock solid. It's brilliant from NITESH.
Absolutely superb defence from the Indian.
Bethel thought he had the kill shot then.
So 9-6 down. NITESH back to 9-all. Not going away here. But probably the first time in this championship Bethel knows he's in a match.
Oh, superb from the Indian. What a net shot. This is the best I've seen from NITESH. He's really playing at the best, at the top of his game at the moment. Bethel's not quite, and that's why the score is what it is. Superb again. That was tough.
That was a brilliant lift,
exactly,
wasn't it?
Yeah.
To get that depth from literally sniffing the net.
cat and mouse, this, isn't it? They've really done their homework, these two. And the contrast to how, in particular, we've seen Danny Bethell on this court a lot this week. It's the same shots he's playing, and yet he can destroy other people that are in the top 10 in the world. It's going wide, Bethell's play. Oh, maybe not. Well, I'm looking forward already to the end of the match when there's the... Bethell hits through. Has that gone long?
It has. It has. And NITESH has a 2-point lead at the mid-game break.
Shake of the head from Bethell. I don't think he can believe that went long. Yeah, it certainly did. If it didn't touch NITESH on the way through. Yeah, the statistic at the end of the match which shows average rally length. I'm interested. It's going to be the longest we've seen in this tournament, I'm sure.
Yeah, for absolutely certain.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds. Go. You go to your chair.
Do you understand what I mean?
Players on court.
GB coach James Boxall taking the lead today, it seems, with Bethell at the intervals. Interesting to see what, well, we know him as Boxy, what Boxy might have had to say there. If there's any change of tactics or something Bethell might start to do different here.
10, 11.
Interesting though, isn't it? An approach that's worked perfectly for him up to now in this championship. All of a sudden, now you think, oh, maybe it's not going to work today. We might need to change a few things. But 2 quick points back after the interval. We got him back on level terms.
And there's some real fine subtleties in half-court badminton. When you get to a certain level and your defence is solid like these two, it's gone wide.
12, 11.
The nuances of how you play shots and where to put the shots become ever so important. There's a temptation to play soft to the net a little bit early, for example. Long rallies, you're getting a bit tired, you want to create an opportunity to hit a winner. But if your opponent's on balance and gets there early enough and spins the net and takes it away from you, you're in real trouble. So these guys are blocking that net shot into service line so often just to neutralise the rally. It's a low risk instead of a high risk approach. Yeah, NITESH has gone for net and Bethell just lifts out. They have to start again. Dan Bethell covering that lovely slice drop shot a little better now. See that shot there? NITESH hits down with the slice. Bethell could have played that a lot softer and tighter to the net. But because he knew NITESH was in a good position, he just gave it a little bit more, pushed it into the service line. Got to be up there with the longest rally, I think, Trevor.
Well, up to this point, the longest rally we've had is 100 shots. Exactly 100.
And 139 seconds. 2 minutes plus.
Yeah, it's a serious test of concentration. Bethell just eventually wore NITESH down in that point. Not the error he was looking for.
Players on court.
It's a huge test of mental strength, this version of the sport. You get into a rally like that where it's 2.5 minutes long. I mean, we've seen some at 4 and 5 minutes. To win it gives you such confidence, and to lose it is kind of now what?
Yeah,
start all over again.
Psychologically very damaging.
A brilliant shot. NITESH looks again at the line judge.
13.
That previous rally, by the way, was the longest. 122 shots it was. 2 minutes, 42 seconds. Wow.
He's done it again. Sets up the smash with the reverse slice to start with. Bethell's response not quite good enough. Yeah, had time there, Bethell. Could have got a better length. Brilliant winner, though, from NITESH. Worrying thing is, that's 4, maybe 5 times I've seen NITESH so far hit through Bethell. And we haven't seen winners from Bethell, really. Just one smash, as I can recall.
13.
Just solid, NITESH. Brilliant from the Indian, absolutely brilliant.
He's the better player at the moment, there's no question. Certainly the more creative.
Yeah.
Bear in mind, he trailed 9-6. And he's fought back admirably. And it's not really about Bethell errors. It's been pretty much all his own work. Can he keep it going, though? Bethell gets a point back. That was more positive from the Brit.
14-15.
It's the placement of this first drive. So he smashes here, that drive just on the right hip, and then gets a slightly weaker reply that Bethell can really attack. That's the first time I think we've seen that in the match, though, from NITESH. His defence otherwise has been superb.
Yeah, impeccable.
Service over.
Just doesn't look quite himself, does he?
He's getting frustrated, and he's trying to sort of take a shortcut, cut the corner.
17.
Gone wide again, Bethel.
At the minute, it feels like he's catching us out in defence. Yeah, to be active in defence. And Danny, I think we need to start trying to apply with the right margin. A little bit more pressure. Yeah, let's pick the pace of the game up a fraction, yeah?
You can hear James Boxall still issuing the advice. He's a clever man, Boxer, you know, and he's quite humble about this. But he's 3 times and reigning Derbyshire Dales pub quiz champion.
So a lot of competition with that title?
18.
Well, it's a big area. Him and his team, the Green Army, out of the Duke William and Matlock have been brilliant. And
Well, it's his protege that needs some answers here, because he's 18-14 down and being outplayed at the moment by the Indian.
yeah, let's hope Bethel can find a way to just steady the ship, really.
That's from the British side. Indian fans will be absolutely delighted with this.
Absolutely, yeah.
And so they should be.
Good slice from Bethel, but that defence from NITESH has just been impeccable. Look at the length he can get. That is just excellent from NITESH.
Okay.
He's just keeping the shot there for 8 minutes. Waiting for him just to switch off fraction. Yeah, mate, this is going to be tough. There's no easy way.
Well, he's 2 points away from what would be a major shot taking the first game against Bethel, who's not dropped a game in this championship so far. Another wonderful drop shot, and it brings up 6 game points for Kumar NITESH.
Well, to put it into context, the last time they met in June, Bethel won 21-11, 21-7, and that was in the final of a top international tournament. He's gone long, Bethel.
21-14. I don't think too many expected this.
21.
NITESH dominant, especially in the latter stages, particularly of that game, but he was holding his own all the way through. And Bethel, for the first time, is in a little bit of trouble here. He trails 1-love.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds. Coach. 接上课。
So let's see whether Bethel
Level.
Can regroup here. Otherwise, this would be one of the big shocks of the Parabadminton here in Paris if NITESH walked away with the title.
NITESH isn't giving. That's a great shot from Dan. A slice finally hits the floor. I was about to say NITESH hasn't given Dan the opportunity to play his favourite net game. That's how Dan beats most people. Brilliant at the net, Bethel. And I haven't seen one tight spinning net shot that's done any damage yet.
Yeah, and I don't think there's the faintest chance that NITESH is going to change his tactics now. So it's kind of up to Bethel to find a way to break him down.
Yeah, that's exactly it. And there's a chance there, missed by Bethel, probably because he hasn't had the practice at that shot the entire match in, what, 34 minutes?
That's good as well. And a promising start for NITESH in this second game.
Hits that reverse slice so well. The speed of the racket head suggests there's going to be pace on the shuttle. That's a better smash. We're talking about a width of maybe 6 inches left to right. 6 inches left, NITESH gets that back. 6 inches right, same thing. Exactly where Bethel put that is where he needs to find the spot so that his smash is more effective.
Going to wake up with nightmares about NITESH's drop shots if he does lose this match, Bethel. Hardly made a mistake in that area, the Indian.
Oh dear.
4-3. Daniel? Daniel. Next time you just grab and go, it's okay. But if that long, let me know first, okay? 4-3.
Friendly umpiring. Ooh.
Service over.
Well, 2 pretty poor errors, 1 from each in the last 2 rallies. Good shot though from Bethel, again down that sort of shoulder line.
Service over. 5-4.
Oh dear.
That previous point is the first time I've heard a coach say something with kind of a tone of concern in his voice. Don't snatch at it, he said.
Well, he didn't listen because he just snatched at that last shot and put it wide, and it was mid-court. Better block from Bethel. He's got NITESH on the back foot. What can he do? Yes. We've seen NITESH out-rally Bethel a few times. Bethel's finding a way.
Long again.
Body language looking a bit negative, Bethel. Shaking the head, the shoulders slumped slightly. It's going wide, surely.
Service over. 6-7.
Well, both players trying to find the lines the last couple of points. That's why NITESH doesn't play tight net against Bethel very often. Drive rally, haven't seen too many of these. Bethel's shot just a touch softer. And if it was purposeful, it was a great idea. Good shot from NITESH, straight down Bethel's forehand side. Yeah, well played. More positive from Dan. Oh, Dan. Had loads of time there. Unforced error. And NITESH rewarded for Dan's impatience. The Indian has been so solid throughout the match so far. Fully deserves the lead. 11-8 at the mid-game break in the second. Good shot, that punch clear from NITESH. There we go. Finds a way through. More patient in attack, but still assertive, positive. That's the rally I thought we'd see more of. Dan at his best is patient and assertive. But to this point, he's leaked far too many errors.
Serious concern on faces of those British coaches.
Dan refusing the net shot, had a chance there. Might be the tactic. Oh, he's gone long.
Just to reiterate what you said at the start, Bobby, 9-love on the head-to-head. No one expected the match to play out this way. Obviously, he's still got a long way to go, NITESH, but he has Bethel seriously worried here.
Well,
and it's not just the scoreboard, it's just the way the game has been played.
Yeah, I was about to say that the score almost takes care of itself once you're in a rhythm, in a zone, playing your best. NITESH is playing as best as he can. It's brilliant. He's been flawless, really. A couple of rallies ago, we saw Dan patient and yet assertive. Oh!
Where's that going? It's wide. If that had dropped in, I think he might have raised the white flag, Dan Bethel.
Yeah, the writing would have been on the wall, I think. Yeah, Dan is patient, he's effective, but he's positive normally, and that's Dan at his best, and he hasn't been at his best today so far.
Yeah, and I think part of that is that NITESH hasn't allowed him to be. And again.
Look at NITESH talking to himself.
Yeah.
He's wound up here, isn't he? In the zone.
About the first one he's managed to
Yeah, NITESH doesn't want to engage Bethel in that kind of rally, and he hasn't done much. He did a few points ago, he played one net shot, Bethel was there so early and just lifted out. There's a reason why NITESH isn't playing a soft net, because he'll get beat. His disability means that Dan can just pick him apart.
Good pick up there.
Oh, it's gone long again, though.
Long by a long way, but it was a super pickup from NITESH. And that was a shot of frustration from Bethel, no question.
Yeah, too much adrenaline. It's amazing to think, 3 years since the last games, and all the matches, all the training, all the badminton that these two have played, all the points they've played, and NITESH is just 7 points in all that history away from a Paralympic gold medal.
Yeah, probably feels a long way away for him still, especially now.
There we go.
Yeah.
Haven't seen that from Dan all match.
First bit of genuine pumped-up emotion from the British player.
It's the first time he's actually completely outfoxed NITESH. Better from Bethel. NITESH superb, but Bethel's all over him. He's pumped up now. Dan needs to keep this going for another 10 minutes, and he'll be safely into a decider. It's a mental game for him.
Well, that's probably one of the most exciting exchanges we've seen. Fascinating duel at the net.
How NITESH got that one back, I don't know.
Yeah, it looks a lost cause, didn't it?
Oh, off the net cord. It's staying in. A little bit of variation from Dan. NITESH's got a lovely technique. Bethell goes wide. Frustration, I think, just not boredom, just running out of ideas.
Well, it almost feels like he thinks he's going to make something happen, doesn't it? And that's not been the case so far in any of his matches here.
Wow. Well, edge of the seat stuff.
Yeah.
Certainly from the British perspective.
4 completely engaged coaches in this, what's become a really absorbing contest here. He has produced some quite magnificent shots, Kumar NITESH.
It's gone long. Yeah, the timing, NITESH, the timing of the shot, the wrist, that pronation really is technically superb. Well, they're playing well within the limits because neither one of them's getting their back foot in the tram line. That was the first time for a little while, I think. NITESH's blade got back there, and again. Oh!
That's a nervy one. Really was. I think they're both feeling it a little bit for different reasons.
Yeah.
NITESH 4 points away from a gold medal no one expected. And Bethell trying desperately to take this match to a decider.
It's risky from Bethell. He played it well. Good defense. Finally has a drive. That causes some problems for NITESH. I like that he's staying positive though, Bethell. There's a tendency here, like we saw in the women's singles earlier, to just play it too safe. And if you then get beaten for not taking any risks, you'd really kick yourself. Good nets again, Bethell. Oh, what a shot. Both feet off the floor as well.
He got the power, and it was a perfect trajectory. Give Bethel no chance. Oh, late decision. And he got away with it because that's gone long.
I don't believe it. That. And NITESH with his hand up, wanting to wait for a second. That might be a tough pill to swallow for NITESH. If Bethel comes back here.
And what a time to produce it. So much pressure now on almost every shot. And now Bethel with 2 chances to take us to a third game.
Well, how important was it at 18-all? And Bethel took one off the back line at the last second. NITESH then missed the court. I want to see. Oh, he's done it.
In style too. What a struggle, what a battle. And we are going to have a decider here. 21-18. Not exactly back from the dead, Bethel.
Bethel raising his hands to the crowd. He wants to get them cheering. He wants them behind him. They've been quiet, GB, in the fan zone today. And I tell you what, there's been some heart racing in the coaching chairs as well.
Yeah, and how much will losing that game have taken out of NITESH? Especially that incident you mentioned at 18-all, where he could easily have won that point.
Great drive. Good finish right across the body.
Coach 1, 20 seconds. Coach 1, 20 seconds. Players on court. Final game. Level play. Service over.
Well, this is going to be fascinating to see in particular how NITESH responds after that disappointment.
Service over. 1-all.
Still barking out instructions, you probably heard, the English coaches. Well, still punch and counter punch here in the early stages of the decider. Top class backhand from NITESH to keep him in the point. Back off the tape. Super shot from Bethel again.
Just remember with the pace, when you are cutting down, Dan, you've just got to go through it, Dan. You've got to go through it that fraction more because it's going to hang. Yeah, does that make sense? If you think about it, in that first set, you made 4 errors like that. That second set, you never made 1. That's not you, that's just making the same thing again. You understand? So you just adjust, you give it 10% more, but if it's not good, if it's not good, Dan, great start. This is a really, really good start. Everything they done. He's done that because he needed a break. Mentally raw on top, mentally raw on top. He didn't need anything to go on that one. Come on.
Okay?
Danny, I did every bit of that. It's all up here now. Practice irrelevant, Danny.
Players on top.
Come on. Danny, I say this to you all the time. It's you versus you. Come on.
3-2. Play.
That is exactly what the British coaches wanted to see. Really positive from Bethel. Rapier-like down the line. Just past the hour mark rather, in this fascinating SL3. Is Bethel about to potentially take control here? Well, he had a long time to think about whether to play that or not.
He did. It was a tremendous lift from NITESH.
I think he might have actually just slightly lost the fly to that, you know. It went very, very high.
And whilst the half court's narrow, it's still a cross lift. And that's always the most difficult one to gauge. Ooh. Haven't seen him miss many drop shots like that.
Yeah, that's a couple already in this game, in the early stages of the decider.
Must be heartbreaking for NITESH being so close. How he reacts now to not winning that second game.
Match
It's these early stages of the third where mentally needs to stay patient, needs to keep doing what he's been doing, and he'll get back into that balance. It's just how long it takes, and if he can hold Bethel so that Bethel doesn't get an early lead.
No, just fractionally missed the sideline.
Service over. 5-6.
Sometimes para-badminton's a game of very fine margins, and that was one of those moments.
Service over. 7-5.
Really positive start to this third from Bethel.
Oh, that was a big error.
There's a little bit of left to right drift, isn't there?
Yes, there is. I actually think it's more pronounced today than it was yesterday.
Yeah. That looked like it was going to go out when it left his racket. Good pick up from Bethel. Bethel working hard. It's gone long.
7-all.
So no quarter asked or given in this decider so far. 7-all. And no real hint yet as to which man is going to come out on top. Still errors and winners from both.
The quality smash, and again the defense from NITESH, rock solid.
How about that? Beautiful piece of disguise.
Well, he's been searching for that shot. He's missed a few in the opening part of this third game. Brilliant slice drop shot from NITESH. Oh, that looked close. British coaching staff getting vocal as well. Better from Bethel.
9-8.
Got the crowd on absolute tenterhooks here.
Had a shot there of friends and family, and the biggest shock for me so far in this match is that Danny Bethel's mum, Julie, is still sat here watching. She's always known to go and hide behind a curtain somewhere, just peeking through
when it's
every
close.
few minutes. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. She can't handle the pressure.
9-all.
Could hear Boxy in the coaching chair saying, Danny, you're forcing things.
So we're going to get to the interval, as has almost looked likely since the very start of this decider, with just a point between the two.
It's going wide.
No, yes, it was slightly wide. So it is the Indian, Kumar NITESH, with the fractional lead at the mid-game interval. And then we're through to a finish.
I think if you'd have offered Kumar NITESH a chance to be 11-10 at the break in the third in the final against Bethel, he would have bitten your hand off before this tournament began. Bethel, however, will feel relief more than anything if he can manage to come through this.
20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds. Coaches? Coach?
Rachel Chung looking on.
Players on board.
Current GB physio Amy behind her, and the former physio Sinead on the right, all here in support of Danny Bethell.
11-10. Play.
Well, I haven't seen many wrong choices from NITESH in this whole match, and that was one. Could have played net or lifted over the top, trying to drive through, and Dan was moving backwards, especially to a left-hander. Miss hit from Dan, I think, but a good finish from NITESH.
He just comes straight back, doesn't he? I think mentally, he looks very solid still, Kumar NITESH, which, after the disappointment of the second game, is high praise. And again.
Had options there, Dan. Could have held him, could have played net. Another wrong choice. It's getting mentally tougher and tougher. Good shot.
Danny, just be cautious with the lifts. New shot up. Come on.
Yeah, had Kumar on the back foot.
Long. And he still can't quite find the consistency he's searching for, Bethell. Similar sort of position this that NITESH had in the last game.
What a setup from the serve. Served out wide, haven't seen many of them. Bethell unsure, weak lift. And he's playing with fire, but he managed to find the line.
So little margin for error on that shot.
Yeah.
And now a 4-point lead.
Dan needs to slow this game down somehow, find a way to break this momentum.
Oh, that was tentative as well. And the body language is telling. And theirs.
Well, nobody wants it more than those two in the coaching chairs, apart from Bethell himself. This is a real test of Bethell's character.
Service over. 13-17.
Right on the junction of sideline and back line.
Yeah, quality lift. Still looks calm, NITESH. Great net shot.
Yeah, and it takes nerve to play that kind of a shot at any time, but particularly with the score line the way it is. Your opponent just 4 away from the title.
Easier said than done, but Bethel has to forget the occasion and the score and just play like it's a training match. Oh! Well, that, over the years, is not Bethel's forte. So much said for his development to cover that drive.
In rugby terms, that was one against the head, wasn't it? Within a point now, the Brit.
And again, good net from Bethel, clever.
Oh, snatched at it again.
It was positive from the Brit. Just missed the shot.
Can't even imagine how much tension there is out there at the moment.
It's gone long.
Yeah, by distance too. And now NITESH within 2.
NITESH looking for that drop shot. His base was well forward.
Pick up that from the Indian. And again. But not the third time.
Well, how big was that point to win?
Been on court for an hour and a quarter now, these two. And we are approaching the denouement here.
Well left.
Now, is NITESH just tensing up a little bit? Bethel wants to get on with it.
It's just a coin toss, isn't it? Yes, it's in from Bethel. What bravery. NITESH was standing right there. Tiniest of double actions.
This was mighty close, wasn't it?
I thought he'd missed. When it left his racket, I thought he'd missed.
Me too.
That would have been match point.
19 all now in the decider. It's out the back, and here is a gold medal point for Kumar NITESH.
What a lead from NITESH. That wasn't out by much. It's gone long. Well, touche. Bethel hurrying.
Got to win by 2 clear points, of course, and just going to remind you that it's a golden point at 29 all, but we may not get anywhere near that because now Bethel has gold medal point.
This is unbelievable. Everybody hushed on the edge of their seats.
I'm pretty sure from what you said, Mrs. Bethel won't be watching.
She's still sat there, buried in her husband's shoulder. She's got her knees up to her chest, her arms wrapped round. She looks like she just wants to find a place to hide.
Well, neither NITESH nor Bethel can hide anywhere. They are centre stage here in one of the great Para-Badminton Olympic finals. 21 all in the decider.
I can see the GB team in the background behind NITESH. Jack Shepherd going wild. Dan's fiance kitted out in GB outfit as well. All on the edge of their seats here. 21 all. That's gone long.
So a second chance now for the Indian. They look like they're calm, those two coaches, but I bet they're not inside.
NITESH for the title.
It is a fantastic win for India, and Kumar NITESH, who takes gold here. And if there's one thing better than winning, it's winning when virtually no one gave you a chance. What a turn-up, what a performance, and what a final.
That was a terrific match. The best man won on the day. That's all that can really be said. He was absolutely excellent today, Kumar NITESH.
And look what it means. They've exchanged shirts. They'll both remember this match for a very long time, obviously for slightly different reasons, but they both know they've been involved in a classic here. Probably no consolation to Bethel at the moment.
It's going to be heartbroken, Bethel. Absolutely heartbroken, but what a performance from this man.
Hour and 20 minutes.
Everyone loves an underdog story as well.
Oh, yeah. And it started in a, can I say, fairly pedestrian fashion with those long rallies. And as the match went on, it got more and more fascinating till the final moments.
Paralympic gold medalist Kumar NITESH
beats Bethel for the first time at the 10th attempt.
Bethel's reaction to this is going to be quite something, because he lost out in the World Championships, he lost out in Tokyo, the Paralympic Games final last time. He's just lost out again on the biggest stage. He's going to take a long, long time to get over this, Bethel. But what about that for NITESH? And especially in the absence of Pramod Bhagat, who was the only real challenger to Bethel in the last couple of years, for the Indian to come through and take the gold really is something.
Well, there's no such thing as a sporting certainty. We've just seen further proof of that. One very happy Indian and a Briton that will wonder what might have been. This was the final point.
What a moment. Really well deserved as well. Fewer mistakes and errors. He attacked well. His defense was rock solid. He was brave. He deserves that gold.
21-14, 18-21, 23-21, 80 minutes on